Living in America and growing up in America, about to be 30 years old, I've learned that this world is never going to be fair, and I'm always reminded to tell myself it could have been worse, and there's many people that does not even wake up to see another day or even just live on the streets and have to worry about what their kids are going to eat tomorrow or what they're going to eat tomorrow or where they're going to sleep tonight. There are people that are a paycheck away from being homeless, and I still am very grateful for the position that I'm in and where I'm at today. And all I'm trying to do is trying to get by in order to make it. And it's not going to be easy. No one said the road is going to be easy. And if God wanted it easy for everybody, everyone would have been successful and well off. But life is a lesson, and we have people in our lives that comes to stir us off of our paths that God has planned for us, while we have people that come into our life to put us on the right path. We have a freedom of choice. This is a dog-eat-dog world, and no one is not going to care about your problems in the end of the day. You just got to do what's best for you. Be humble, live humble, mind your business, and don't go on social media bragging about your life and your successes, because the times when I even was moving, I got my first apartment, I got my first job, I bragged about it on social media for a brief amount of time, but then I realized after a while, like, this is all just for attention. All these people don't care about me, and if they really did, they would have been there in my life. There are people that has a family, that have children to feed, and if you're by yourself and it's only you that you gotta worry about, kudos to you. Take advantage of the time that you have, because when people say time is short, it really is. Today you could be in your early 20s, your early teens, and tomorrow you're in your early 30s, late 40s. I had people who laughed at me behind my back, put me down, judge me on my looks, my appearance, and where they're at right now, they're no longer in my life. And I'm continuing to strive to just make it, because the older you get, the more serious life hits you, especially if you're on your own. You become an adult. And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally and spiritually. You have more responsibles. I don't live with my parents. I live on my own with just me and my wife and our children. I'm just gonna be real with you and be really honest with all of you. I live on my own. If I had so many views right now on YouTube or a whole bunch of subscribers, I would have to keep up with the audience who actually came to subscribe me from a particular topic or a particular subject. And I don't want to live my life off of what other people thinks. Just like my last video about giving up on the American dream. I'm just trying to make it, man. I'm just trying to get a decent job, decent pay, decent cost of living. If I'm middle class, I'll be very blessed and thankful to even make it that far, because that's one of my main goals. And my number one goal is to live for God, be like Christ. And for people who actually found that type of purpose, God bless you, and I'm rooting for you, because in all reality, after you finish praying, you look all around you, you're still in the real world. God already gave us the resources, the tools, the mind, and everything in order for us to survive. He provides. There's a reason why people say God is like a provider. He's like a father. He provides. Just like how men are supposed to provide for their own families, God provide for us and our families. You have the eyes, the hands, the tools, the things that you need. You have time. Time is like resources. It's like currency. It's about money. There's people who are complaining about their ex-boyfriend. There's women complaining about the guy that hurt him. There's men complaining about the girl that cheated on them. Time is of the essence, man. We could have the time to cry and everything, but at the end of the day, we have to move on. As harsh as it may sound, this is the reality of being a responsible adult. Growing up. You have to grow up. Life is a lesson. There's many challenges that we're going to face, many trials that we have to face. There's people who fail at their trials, and there's some people who actually get out of their trials and succeed. Many people is not going to make it, especially for people who had the opportunities to make it, but then they choose to ignore the people, ignore the signs, the people that came in their life that could have blessed them, gave them a good opportunity to move out from the hood, get a better job, have a better quality of life, have a better apartment, and they just choose to skip on the opportunity, ignore it. Whatever opportunity that come, you can never get it back. Just like a job position online, it may pop up and then out of nowhere it's gone. You'll never have the opportunity back. You only have one shot right there for any opportunity to come in right in front of you, and you have to put your best foot forward. And all you know is that even if you fail, you know you put your best into it. So that'll still make you walk proudly to know that you didn't skip on by the opportunity. It's just like the woman that you met that is now your wife. It's just like the husband that you met that's now your husband. Okay? And this is the reality. No one is not going to care about your bills but you. No one is not gonna care about your problems. Even being a man here in today's society, we have it harder than women. We have it a lot harder. Our height is judged against us because of society standards of women. Our stature is judged, even our race. But in the end of the day, what really matters the most is you. What do you have to offer to the world? What do you have to offer to God in general so He could provide a way and make a way for you? Because I believe God is our guidance to these times, because in these times, people are not your friend. Your bestie or your best friend that's trying to become a nurse and you're trying to become a nurse too, you're competing against them. You're competing against that guy that you thought you were cool with. He could turn and backstab you behind your back just for a better paying position and down you and down you to a lower role, or even get you fired. I was fired because of an individual in the past from one of my job positions. I was the only black guy there. It was only me. I was the only black guy that was working there, and then I was around a lot of white people. I felt like I didn't belong there, and look what happened. I'll make a topic about that in the future for another video. But the whole moral point to this is that this is a dog-eat-dog world. Whatever any of you are going through, if any of you are in a bad situation or a tight situation where you feel like God doesn't love me, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my car insurance? How am I going to pay my phone bill? Where am I going to eat? Where am I going to sleep? Know that there is hope. There is faith. There's patience. You have the eyes, the mouth, everything. You have the tools and the necessary needs to succeed. You have to find it and seek for it. Because even in the Bible, it says that God does provide, but at the same time, God is a God of love and wrath. and sternness. God is not going to coddle you like a baby. He never coddled any of us. God is a loving God where he acts like a man and a father. Stern, loving, pushing you into the right direction, moving you into the right direction. There's places that you don't even know where you're going. You may be in a bad situation crying and you're driving on the road and out of nowhere, boom, you found your dream job. You found the job that you want. You landed an opportunity. Someone may approach you and bless you and completely change your life. You never know in certain situations where you're at. There's always a good person that God sends to you in your life to change your life. I was living with my mom yesterday, and now today, years later, I'm married, I have kids, I live in my own place. I moved. I've been grinding, saving up, doing what I have to do. I've had to be a responsible adult because it makes me feel better as a man to know that I got myself. I got these things. Thank God. I always pray. I always be grateful for the very things that I have, because too many people, as soon as they taste a little bit of wealth and as soon as they are well off, they no longer need God. They brush God off and they act like God don't exist. Society now trains people to only need God and pray whenever they want something on their own terms instead of God's terms. There could be an obstacle that you're trying to get out of, but you want the easy way out instead of God telling you to go back in there and work your way out. I will guide you. I will show you what to do. God is a miracle worker. Sometimes he doesn't even answer our prayers so we can find the answers ourselves, because he already has a blessing right there for you at the end of the race. This is how God works, and that's how amazing he is. Because trust me, God is a miracle worker. He is wonderful. There are so many videos and stories that I could even create for all of you to understand that there was many situations that I went through that many people would not believe that God was my ticket out of all of them, because trust me, he is a ticket for everything. We just have to seek him. We just have to find him. For those of you that believe, who have any hope, who believes that there is a God out there, because I believe there is. This life that we have, there's no guarantee that we'll live for forever. And we can't live forever. And then I'll take back what I said. There's no guarantee that we will live for long, because many people don't. You're in a tight situation, think about what other people are going through before you put your own self down and call yourself a failure, because you're not. But this is the reality. This is a dog-eat-dog world. You have to do what you have to do to survive. Doing the right things. Don't settle for less. I thought settling for less was good, but it's not. Especially when you have kids, because trust me, like, if I was anyone else in a worse situation than where I'm at right now, I'd rather be where I'm at right now today. Many people told me many times when I felt like a failure, I got fired, I lost my job. There was times where I was humiliated, where I was bullied, where I was picked on, where I got jumped, robbed. People stole from me. And I did messed up stuff back to other people. There was times I stole from people. There was times I was in the wrong. What goes around comes around. I believe in all that. But I believe in repentance. I believe in seeking forgiveness and doing better. Not weeping and wasting time sorrowing in my own guilt. Just like in a boxing ring, people will push you back into the fight until you win. Do your best. You have to keep striving. Because I feel like, to me, the greatest reward is knowing that you gave your all and you keep going, because the race don't stop, our life don't stop until God says it's time for it to stop. I want to live a long life, and I believe everyone else should strive for that too. Whatever any of you that are going through, whatever you're going through while you're listening to this video, remember everything that I said, because many people won't even tell you this. Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't even be making a video about this. I would not care at all. Only the best, most humblest people that I ever met and gave me whatever they had were those that barely had anything to offer. But the rich, most of the time, they're very selfish and arrogant. And I even pray, if I was to even be like that one day, and it was meant for me to be well off, successful, rich, have money, resources, I would never want to become like the ways of the rich in this world. Following Christ and following the ways of God is a life about giving, not selfishness. There's not many humble people in this world like that, and it's few to none. Many of them are hard to come by. And I'm telling you all this from experience. This is from my own experience, and I'm going to go deep into this topic, and I'm going to make this video short and cut it short. Dog eat dog world. Society does not care about your feelings, especially you being a man. It's hard. I feel it. I feel the times where I want to quit my job, that I want to quit my second job. And there was times that I gave up, but I have to keep going. My kids depending on me. The greatest victory is knowing that I'm on my feet and it's making me happy. And I'm also satisfied taking care of my kids and for my wife to also be happy, because she's also responsible in doing what she has to do so I can do what I'm supposed to do too. Because trust me, the world's not going to care. Dog eat dog world. Do what you have to do. Be humble. Be thankful to God for the things and the resources that you have, and work your way up. And for whatever reason, whatever it is meant for you, take it. Any opportunity that comes by that's meant for you, take it. Don't hesitate. Don't think what if, because I did that. I made those mistakes, and trust me, I'm just letting you guys know, I made so many bad decisions, and I took the time to get stuck on, oh, should I take this opportunity? I don't know, what if this and that happens? Oh my gosh, next thing you know, someone else takes it. I'll take it if you don't want it. They weren't hesitant, they took it, and look where they're at. They're in a better situation than you. You can't be everybody's friend. Time is of the essence. We're on a time limit. We're on the clock each and every day, each and every year. Dog eat dog world. We're all competition. We're all someone else's prey. We have to think about it this way, because in the end of the day, all of us is out here to survive while we're alive. That's why many of us want a better job, want that better job, want to leave our parents' house, want better. It's worth it in the end of the day to even have your own. Because trust me, it feels a lot better than being a failure. And knowing where you're at, whatever you're blessed with, be thankful to God for the things that you have, because many people prayed and wished that they were in your shoes, that they would have done more than you. This is Woken Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.